So for this video, I'm actually going to be way zoomed out, as you can see. I'm not going to go through little sections with the camera. I'm going to hopefully keep the camera at this distance the whole time, because I know that it can get a little bit shaky cam when you kind of go in and out of sections of the drawer. So I'm just going to keep it here and show you what's in there. So all along this section here is the majority of it is foundations, and there are a couple of BB creams in there. Way back here, there are more tinted moisturisers and BB creams that I'll get into the end. Concealers, I have in this section powders, and then this is primers. So that's kind of the basic overview of the drawer. So starting from the beginning, I've got Revlon Nearly Naked, Colour Stay. I have 3 of those. One is much darker than I would usually wear. That's when I was dabbling with doing other people's makeup. But generally I like to have a couple in, because it's very difficult for me to find my exact colour match, and it's my favourite foundation. Elf Flawless Finish Foundation, Lumi Magique from L'Oreal, True Match and Infallible from L'Oreal. Not a fan of this one, it was quite drying. This one is just not a very good colour match for me, strangely, since it's called True Match. But the Lumi Magique is very nice. Miracle Matte from 17, which was quite good for staying power and oil control, and it's really cheap as well. Dream Pure BB Cream, I've just taken that out of my day-to-day stash for this video, and I really like this one. I've been wearing it a lot. Lasting Perfection from Collection 2000, or Collection as they're called now, I didn't like. NARS Sheer Glow, I really like. Hasn't got a lot of staying power, but this is very comparable and probably better when we're talking wear time. The L'Oreal is very nice. Beauty UK Matte Effects Foundation, I've never tried yet because it's too dark for me. MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is a little bit dark. I think this is NW20. A little bit too dark for me. I'm more of an NC15, NW15. But also when I was wearing this quite some time ago, it did break me out. Avon BB Cream I love. It's the Ideal Flawless one. I've done videos on a lot of these, and if I have specifically done videos, I will try and link them below. Otherwise you can search them on my channel or on my blog below. I really liked this, but lots of people did comment on the video saying that it broke them out, so that's something to note. The Dream Nude Air Foam from Maybelline was terrible, and I'm pretty sure they've discontinued it. And the 2 Healthy Mix from Bourjois, the original one and the serum. I love the serum, didn't last very long. The original one was a little bit dry on me, but lasted longer, so I used to mix them together. And now apparently they've done a hybrid, so I'm interested to try that, but I haven't yet. Next, we'll quickly go through my primers. I haven't got in here my day-to-day primer. I don't wear it every single day, but the one that's in my day-to-day drawer, and that is the Benefit, what's it called? Professional. I actually really like that one. This one is actually from, what is this company called? I want to say Royal Effime. It might be Royal Effime, I don't know. But I never really got along with this one. So yeah, I've not worn that very much. I have this one from Me, Seventh Heaven. Little primer. That Gal mini one from Benefit. This Skin Perfecting Primer from Murad with a dewy finish. This isn't primer, this is shellac from Benefit. This is kind of like a lip coat for all of your makeup. I didn't really like that either. Stay Flawless for 15-hour primer from Benefit. Again, not totally got along with that. I found it quite heavy, and it made my foundation kind of go on a little bit like glue. Not a big fan, but if I needed my makeup to stay on all day long, I might reach for that. Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. This is the second one that I've had of this, and I really like it. It's really nice for the winter when my skin is feeling a little bit more dry, because normally it's quite oily. So I really do like this, but it's really quite expensive. You don't need a lot of it, it lasts a long time, but still, you know. And the Studio Secrets. I had all 3 of these primers, the kind of like ones for brightening and all that, gave them away to people because I didn't like them, and I kept this anti-shine, but I just don't like it. It's a silicone-based primer, and I don't like silicone-based primers normally because they slip and slide over my face. The only one that I've liked so far is the Benefit one, which I was surprised about because I don't like them historically, but yeah, not a fan. And I'm not generally a fan of primers, which is why I'm not raving about any of those. Nothing really seems to do much to keep it on my face, apart from the Benefit one that I'm not a fan of, but that's just because I prefer my makeup to be a little bit lighter. This is not technically anything. It's not really a primer, it's not really a powder, but I used to wear this to mattify. I don't even know if they still make this anymore, but basically it's got a sponge inside it, and then you kind of pat it on. It's got tea tree inside it, or ingredients have got tea tree in it. And it was really good for when my skin was very oily in the summertime. So I used to really like this, but I don't wear it so much anymore, and I'm not sure if it's been discontinued. Moving to the powder section of the drawer, I have Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot, which is quite nice, but it's very powdery because it is an oil control powder. Generally they put a lot of powder on your face to absorb the oil. This is a really unusual one. This is MAC Blotting Powder, and I've been using this a lot recently. It was sent to me by a subscriber who I'll link below, and I did a video, in fact probably my last video, on the things that she sent me, and this I wasn't sure about, but I absolutely love it. It's very finely milled. You don't actually get a lot of, you don't get a very powdery finish on your face, and yet it does really absorb oil and it does a really good job throughout the day. So I really like this. For some reason she sent me medium dark, but because I've been tanning at the moment, it's the one that I've been reaching for because the other ones are too light. So I think I'm not going to use this all the time because it is a little bit darker, and obviously because it's a bit more expensive, then it means that it'll last me a little bit longer as well. Physicians Formula, what is this one called? The Happy Booster Glow and Mood Boosting Powder in Beige. This is very nice, but I wouldn't use it as my regular powder. This is kind of a glow powder. It's something that I would maybe put on places that I were going to highlight. I wouldn't put it all over my face because it has got a little bit of luminosity to it, and if you have got oily skin, you'll know you don't really want to add anything glowy to your face. So I generally use this as a bit of a tame highlighter, if you will, and it smells really good. Revlon Nearly Naked is a lot like the MAC blotting powder. It's not got quite the same kind of oil control, but it's very finely milled the same way. I can't open this, what is... Okay, it's very finely milled, like you just get a real fine amount of it when you actually apply it. You don't get a face full of powder. And I know this sounds strange because I'm talking about powder, but those of you who know what I'm talking about will really appreciate this, and this is a really good version of the MAC blotting powder if you're not quite so oily. Colour Trend by Avon. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I feel like I put this on in the morning and it wasn't so dark, and then it did something. I'm pretty sure it oxidised on my face because by lunchtime I looked really orange. So yeah, it was medium. I shouldn't have got medium anyway, but I didn't like this because I feel like the colour did change throughout the day. This MAC Natural Pressed Powder I wouldn't buy again. It's the Mineral Skin Finish in Natural, and the colour is light. It's just not enough coverage for me. I want something that is going to absorb oil, and it doesn't. So that's not for me. The Avon Flawless Finish, I think it's called. Ideal Flawless is what it's called. Powder, that's pretty nice. Again, you know, pretty basic. The packaging's very nice for Avon. This is an old Benefit one I've had for a million years, and my favourite Shine Control powder from the drugstore is 17 pressed powder. I absolutely love this. And I think what it's called now is Miracle Matte to go with the foundation. But this is just one of the old packagings that I've got. But yeah, I would recommend that if you're looking for a good one from the drugstore. The, what's it called, Stay Matte from Rimmel is also really good, but I prefer this, and it's got a mirror, so it's a little bit better of a compact. Lastly is this Wet n Wild Natural Wear. I have no idea where I got this from. I think someone sent it to me from the US in a swap a long time ago, but it never really went very well with my skin tone. It was very strange and peachy, but I have this, so I'll mention it. Back here I do have my e.l.f. High Definition Powder, which is okay. I do have the one from Urban Decay as well. I don't know where I've put that. But the Urban Decay one is nicer, but it's not so much nicer that you want to spend the extra money. Stay Matte Mousse Foundation I have from Rimmel, that's from a million years ago. I don't think you can get that anymore, and it wasn't very nice. A sample of the Wake Me Up from Rimmel, an e.l.f. Tinted Moisturiser, the Garnier Tinted Moisturisers I've got there. This was, I think Laura Loves Beauty gave me this because her friend gave it to her. I think she asked for some BB creams from Asia and she sent her this, but it was too pale for her. So it's the Pure BB Mineral 8-in-1 Improving Base. On the Spot from 17, which I really like, and it's got salicylic acid in it. Undress Your Skin. I've stopped using this, and I used to wear it every single day. I absolutely love it, but I started wearing my Colour Stay because it was just a little bit more oil control in the warmer months. The Oil-Free BB Cream. I have Benefit Tinted Moisturiser in here. This is just awful. This L'Oreal Nude Magique BB Cream was terrible. Fair skin tone, and it was basically orange. With two of the MUA BB creams that I don't like. NYC Natural Matte Foundation, the Shine Away Foundation from Natural Collection, Stay Matte from Miss Sporty, the Gymvera BB Cream, which was far too dark, again for all skin tones, is not correct at all. The Georgia Asda Hint of a Tint, this is a tinted moisturiser, and a Stila tinted moisturiser that I got from like Poundland or something. It was definitely in the sale, not a correct like regular price. So that's everything that's back there. I will just zoom in now on my concealers because that is quite a defined little area of this drawer. So here I have concealer palettes from e.l.f. and this is a tone correcting powder. So that's another powder I suppose I should have mentioned in that part of the video. The correcting concealer and the regular concealer palettes, I just don't like them. They don't give enough coverage for me, and it's just really unimpressive or disappointing. I just wasn't impressed with them at all, and lots of people have asked me how I felt about them, and that's that. I've mentioned them in disappointing products videos, but I thought I'd just mention it again. I didn't like them. These three are the Fake Up concealers from Benefit. This is the Soap and Glory Kick-Ass concealer, which I really like. This has actually got, the packaging broke really early on, but I like this because it has the two shades of concealer, a mirror, and a setting powder, so it's a really nice one to have in your bag if the packaging hasn't broken. I did have it in my bag until it broke. And these are, what are these? Samples of MAC's Studio Sculpt. I actually bought that 2 years ago, so I've had those samples for a really long time. I'll generally just kind of keep these until I want sample pots, and then I'll clean them out and use them for something else. A sample of Benefit's erase paste that I got with a kit. Elf's, what was this called? I have no idea because the thing's run up. Cover Everything Concealer, I think it was called. And I actually really like this. It's comparable to this very old Benefit Boing, and it's a lot cheaper, so I definitely like that one. This is a really terribly old as well. I think this is nail polish. I don't know what happened to this. It's a yellow concealer from Benefit called You're Bluffing, and I think I've had that for about 10 years. I just keep things forever. This is Complete Base Flawless Concealer from Miners, and I have 3 colours of that somewhere. The Lasting Perfection Concealer from Collection 2000, which is great, but not so much for under my eyes because I do have those fine lines that it falls into. Superstay Concealer, I love this. I think this is American packaging and this is UK packaging, I don't know. I think that someone sent me this and it was a little bit too light. I used to wear this all the time. I used to wear it on my breakouts. We used to wear it under my eyes constantly. This was it for me. So if you don't like the Lasting Perfection one from Collection, I would recommend you give this a go. This is the It Stick from Benefit. It's basically a concealer stick. What else do we have? This is the Forever Flawless or Ideal Flawless concealer stick from Avon. Cover stick from Maybelline. Not impressed with that at all. Not very much coverage. This, everybody told me I needed to try. It's the Collection Illuminating Touch Brightening Concealer and I really like it. The shade I have is Naked 1 and I do prefer it to this L'Oreal Lumi Magique. Neither of them are quite as good as the Touche Éclat, but I do really like them. I prefer the Collection 2000. The only thing that bugs me about this is the brush is rubbish. It's just really stiff. You might as well just apply it with like plastic, I don't know, it's rubbish. What else do we have in here? Oh, this was a long time ago. Miss Sporty did a line called Be Connected, and you could basically get all these different things and stick them together. So you can have a mascara and a concealer and all these different things. So that was 2 concealers that I put together. Trick and Treatment from Soap and Glow, which is actually quite nice. That's another Lasting Perfection concealer. This is a concealer from Urban Decay that I really like, a pencil concealer called 24/7 Concealer Pencil, I think it's called. And that's really heavy coverage and it lasts all day. An e.l.f. Tone Correcting Concealer, very, very little coverage and I don't like that one. What else? What else? Is there anything else? No, I think that's everything. So that is everything for my concealer, bases, powders, foundations, everything for that drawer. And I will be back next time with something from a different drawer in my makeup collection. And she didn't just send me a replacement of the Smashbox pencil, she sent me this huge box of things. Luckily, she also put on a return address, so I'm gonna send her back a huge parcel.